Hello guys, welcome back. This is Leslie Lenz. So this is going to be a quick recap about the Apple event that just concluded a few hours ago, and mostly I'm going to talk about what has been said and what we had talked about, especially on the leaks. I'm not going to get so much deep into the details because I'm compiling a video that is going to talk about that extensively. So this is going to be a quick preview of what we have already seen, especially talking about the iPhone 15, iPhone 15 Plus, iPhone 15 Pro, and iPhone 15 Pro Max. The leaks and rumors that I've been talking about on this channel for the past few weeks have ended up being 100% accurate. That surprised me a lot because in as much as we knew that this is something that Apple is going to go for, again, Apple is known for its secrecy, and you wouldn't expect that some of these features would end up being 100% accurate. The first thing is the design. Let me talk about the design, and this is something that has been widely talked about, especially Apple itself. They mentioned that this time around they're going to ditch the stainless steel and they're going to use titanium. The reason why they use titanium is that it's going to be lighter and it's also going to be very stronger compared to stainless steel. Again, it's not going to be a fingerprint magnet. This is something that many people wanted to do away with. And also they did away with the sharp edges. Now they are smoother. I believe they are a bit comfortable now to hold on the hand. This is after iPhone had tried the sharp edges starting from the iPhone 12, iPhone 13, and also on the iPhone 14. I think this is something that many people are going to like. Again, I'll mention that we talked about this, especially making the phone lighter.
With consort edges, so it feels amazing in your hand.
Oh wow, that's light.
Many people have always mentioned the iPhone continuously being heavier. So quickly I'll talk about the display, and I'll mention specifically two things: thinner bezels and dynamic island. We knew that iPhone is going to come with thinner bezels, but again, I didn't expect the bezels to be this thin. They are incredibly thin, more than many phones that we have seen on the market. And I think this is going to be one of the biggest selling points because iPhone has always been lagging on thinner bezels, and I'd even mentioned this on my previous video. You can go and check that out. Talking about the dynamic island. So dynamic island has only been on the iPhone 14 Pros and iPhone 14 Pro Max, but this time around it's going to be incorporated on the iPhone 15, iPhone 15 Plus, iPhone 15 Pro, and iPhone 15 Pro Max. Basically all the iPhone 15 series, and also they're going to be much more thinner compared to what we had seen on the iPhone 14 series. Let me talk about the colors. So I'll just mention the colors. One thing I would say is that the iPhone 15 and the iPhone 15 Plus are coming with brighter colors, while the iPhone 15 Pro and iPhone 15 Pro Max are going to come with more duller colors. So if you're going to get a premium device, that means that you're going to get more duller colors compared to the brighter colors on the not more so premium devices. That is the iPhone 15 base model and the iPhone 15 Plus. Let me talk about the camera as I wind up. The cameras came as expected, 48 megapixels starting from the base model all the way to iPhone 15 Pro Max. And also we had mentioned about the upgrade on the zooming, but we were not so sure if it's going to be 6x zoom or 5x zoom. Already confirmed that it's going to be 5x zoom, especially on the Pro models. Digital zoom is going to shoot up to 25 times. Basically, this is a huge improvement considering Apple phones never did have all this zooming power compared to other phones, especially the Samsungs and the rest. Now, the action button. The action button is going to replace the silent switch, I can say. It has some features when you double tap it, or I think when you hold it for a while. You can customize it easily to control your camera, shortcuts, silent mode, and many more. Basically what we had already mentioned again on the leaks previously. I don't know how to put this, but I would say it's impressive how these leaks came about 3 months ago and Apple just released the same things a few hours ago. So I don't know where the secrecy in Apple went to, because years ago you couldn't do this. You couldn't just get leaks that end up being 100% accurate. Anyway, that's a discussion for another day. So the iPhone 15 series is going to come with the USB-C, that's no doubt. We had already talked about that since last year because of the EU regulations and all that. I talked about this in my past videos. All my videos about the leaks, I mentioned about the USB-C, and I also talked about the improvement on the USB-C being a little bit stronger, or rather not being the normal USB-C, and it's true. They actually released the USB-C, especially on the iPhone 15 Pro Max. The USB-C is going to be USB-C 3.0. That means that it's going to have a data transfer speed of up to 10 gigabytes per second. That's a huge improvement considering these other phones cannot do that. When I talked about the USB-C improvements and having Thunderbolt capabilities, I mentioned that Apple always wants to be a little bit different compared to other companies, and I think this is one way that they're going to achieve the same. So this is going to be a huge help, especially to creators, and I've always mentioned this says again that Apple targets creators, and this is going to help them, especially when they are going to transfer data from their phones to their computers, and also when they are shooting the same. They have shown us the USB-C 3.0 being used in action as they shoot videos and transferring 4K raw data from the phone to the computer for editing. So this was just a quick recap about the Apple event and the iPhone 15 in general. I'll be doing a more detailed review, so stay tuned. Kindly click that subscribe button if you haven't already, so that you can be notified whenever I post the next video. Click that like button, share with your friends, and leave a comment on what you'd like me to talk about in my next video. So thank you very much. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.